So roasted out Melania Trump. She did a very, very good job. And what she did that was so really smart is she spoke from the heart. I mean, one thing about the Trumps they have to give Mr. and Mrs. Trump credit for is they're very genuine. You know who they are. It's an open book, unlike the secrecy in which Hillary Clinton has shrouded herself. And she spoke about a topic that she knows well as a mother and as an independent woman who's worked around the world. And that's around civility. And she really harkens back, maybe it's her European values, but back to a time of civility and respect and elegance. And she may have not made America great in one speech yet, but she certainly did make it elegant, and that's kudos to her.
Now, you never want to be sexist of these things, and as you, well, no, I'm not. But I'm always thinking that this was an effort to win over so many women who've been alienated or just not like Donald Trump for what he said. So she comes along, gives a compelling speech, doesn't soften his image enough for some women who've been reluctant to say, all right, I'll vote for him.
I don't know. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
So I think that Melania Trump is uniquely positioned to talk about issues that women care about. In her speech, she did talk about women who have been left behind in the system, women who are concerned about providing health care for their families, women who are unemployed, women who are living in poverty. And I think that all of those women are women that often get ignored by the Republican Party. And, like it or not, women like me and the other women on this panel are going to be the ones that are going to decide this election. And right now, we currently have, a party, the Democratic Party, who is saying, oh, here's all this free stuff we're going to give you to fix all these things that you're worried about. And we're not really hearing a narrative from the right explaining why small government and conservative policies are going to help fix those issues better in the long run. So I hope that this is really something that Melania continues to talk about, and I hope to hear why conservative policies and small government principles are going to solve those problems and help those women.
Yeah, whether that's going to be her or does that, I don't know. But Jessica, do we put too much stock in the significant others of a candidate? I mean, Republicans have had a field day trying to draw Bill Clinton in with everything.
Right.
Hillary Clinton, does it work?
I think so. I mean, I agree with the other panelists, and I think that Melania Trump did a good job. I don't think it moves the needle here. I find it kind of ironic that she's talking about cyberbullying as the main issue she wants to focus on, and her husband is the biggest cyberbully of them all. Kathy's right. I think she's
How
an
is he a big cyberbully?
Look at what he tweeted.
WikiLeaks stuff and all these other
Oh, but that's private. No, I'm talking about what he does on Twitter. I just thought it was interesting that she was talking about people going out there and going after people, especially, children, going after their looks and things like that. Which is something that
Are you as a woman more prone to hear the right of a candidate who's been criticized the way you just did, and give him more of a benefit of the doubt? In other words, say, well, what do you do?
I think that it's an interesting perspective to hear about Donald at home. I think the spouses do matter. We've seen how important Michelle Obama has been for Barack Obama in 2008, 2012, and now what she's doing for Hillary Clinton today, and Bill Clinton as well. Obviously he gets criticized all the time, but he has been a successful campaigner for her. He was even in 2008, even though she didn't win, and in 2012 he did a job for Barack Obama, and he's been out there for her now.
He's the economic czar. We're told Kathy Taylor that he will be not just the first man with every vote in the event that she were elected, but Melania would be big, I guess, and addressing cyberbullying, making that a cause. What do you think of that?
Well, it's troubling if Bill Clinton's going to be the economic czar should Hillary Clinton win, because we're still recovering from the Bill Clinton economy. Because welfare sessions widely believed created the deepest level of poverty our country's seen, perhaps since the Depression. So that's troubling.
But I would say his economic record was pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, no, we inherited No. It was the very low government spending as a percentage of GDP throughout the 80s and early 90s.
I will say we judge presidents on their terms and what happened in the economy. We had a pretty good run, a good part.
Yeah, but economic cycles are long. But you're talking about Melania.
Do you think this is going to move the needle at all?
I think a lot of conservative women like me who are going to ultimately end up deciding this election will be touched and will appreciate that Melania is bringing up issues that voters like me care about. So I think I could really see her reaching a specific audience that would like her. Can I just add quickly? I mean, she was in white suburbs of Pennsylvania. Donald Trump is down 27 with white college-educated women. That's a group Mitt Romney won by 6. I mean, I do not
seconds, but that's fine.
Next time we'll get it out.
That's good. Okay. All right, ladies, thank you very, very much. You see any of this? Take a look at this. Yeah, they just found out about FPN's election coverage and the fact that we're live this weekend. Holy cow. It gets better after this.
What's it like to be in good hands? Like finding new ways to be taken care of.
Home, car, health insurance, obviously.
But with added touches you can't get everywhere else, like claim-free rewards.
Or safe driving bonus checks. Even a claim satisfaction guarantee.
You always had enough things to glitter, and I was far from being made of gold.
From dead broke to worth hundreds
Still
of millions,
didn't
to
count
finally end
money.
up filthy rich, pay to play politics, staggering amounts of cash poured into the Clinton foundations of criminals, dictators, countries that hate America. Hillary cut deals for donors, sold out American workers, exploited Haitians in need. She even handed over American uranium rights to the Russians. Hillary Clinton only cares about power, money, and herself.
It took all that sauce just to see you smile.
That's such a gay song.
We're going to insert into the country while nobody is looking. No,
It's one of my favorite country songs ever.
We're going to finish this mission.
I thought I was managing my moderate to severe Crohn's disease. I didn't think there was anything else to talk about. But then I realized there was. So I finally broke the silence with my doctor about what I was experiencing. He said Humira is for people like me who have tried other medications and still experience the symptoms of moderate to severe Crohn's disease. In clinical studies, the majority of patients on Humira saw significant symptom relief, and many achieved remission. Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you had an infection. If you're still just managing your symptoms, talk with your gastroenterologist about Humira. With Humira, remission is possible.
Dear Mr. Danoff, my wife and I are now participating in your mutual fund. We invested in your fund to help us pay for a college education for our son. We've enclosed a picture of our son so that you can get a sense there are real people out here trusting you with money.
At Fidelity, we don't just manage money. We manage people's money.
Now, some of you might have thought this had something to do with the Chicago Cubs. No. A lot of these folks just found out that they do get Fox Business Network, and they do know that we're live this weekend, and they do know that we have a live Cost of Freedom this weekend, a live Your World this weekend, so they get FNC, they get FBN, they get the Cost of Freedom, they get Your World. Life is complete. And the Cubs did something. But FBN is live this weekend. Hello. See?
Part of me wants to call my appointment and cancel it.
And reschedule it?
Yeah, but I already did it once. And I went to the orientation all the way back in September.
Oh, really?
It's going to kind of start looking obvious, isn't it?
No. Use your whatever you have to get OFLA.
No, I'm talking about going to the
Yeah.
appointment.
Use OFLA.
You can't use OFA for that. Just do the course, you idiot.
People haven't had a chance to see your show last night and what sort of follow-ups you've had today.
Two sources with intimate knowledge of the investigations, because you have the email investigation that's run by the National Security Division of the FBI, and the Clinton Foundation investigation that's run by the White Collar Crime Division, the public corruption branch of the FBI. They have been going on with the Clinton Foundation investigation, despite some reports that it had stopped. It never stopped, and it continued, and it has been wide-ranging, involving 4 different offices of the FBI. It is being run out of the New York office, actually. They characterize the information coming in as flowing in, because they have new information coming from the WikiLeaks emails that are showing some interaction between the Clinton Foundation and the time at the State Department, not only with Secretary Clinton, but you have also the emails about Mohammadine, Cheryl Mills, who both at one time or another were at least tangentially taking paychecks from both the State Department and the Foundation, or Teneo, the company that's tied to the Foundation. They don't eliminate the fact that there is a split inside the FBI, not only between the FBI and the DOJ, on how this is moving forward and the extent to which they believe it is substantial, but there's also a split within the FBI about this, and it is very out in the open, as you saw in the Wall Street Journal piece that came out today. That doesn't take away from the fact that there are people still going after it every day and believe that that they have a lot of information that's flowing in.
All right, we're going to take it on the table and start there.
Right, can you shed some light on this discussion within the FBI about some of the agents and some of the higher level agents upset that the DOJ, specifically Attorney General Loretta Lynch, wanting to push back on some of the investigation into the Clinton Foundation, and whether that was what spurred Comey to actually come out and say there's a lot more we need to reinvestigate the Clintons?
Yeah, I think that that's part of it, Eric, and we don't have a lot of granular detail about the anger, but we do know that there was anger and is anger inside the FBI about how this progressed. Whether that, we don't have the ability to go into Jim Comey's head, but whether that was part of his calculation with what he did with the letter to Congress, we'll see. Part of the calculation was clearly that Loretta Lynch met with the former president on the tarmac in Arizona, and that took her, for the most part, out of that equation and gave Comey the go-ahead to do what he did. I do want to mention about the hacking. There is really a lot of confidence, high confidence, that the private server of Hillary Clinton was hacked by some foreign intelligence agencies. One source said up to 5 of them. You'll remember back in July that Comey, when he made his announcement, said there was possible foreign actors possibly gained access. He went on to say that foreign hostile actors did go after and get into the personal email accounts of some of the people tied to Secretary Clinton. He then went on to say that Secretary Clinton's server was less secure than the average Gmail account. These sources point back to that testimony as being probably right on, and that he could have said at that time it's probable that it got into or even highly likely.
Brett, it strikes me that he didn't say that, but I just wanted to ask you about some of the reporting that we've been hearing from you recently, because today on the campaign we have Donald Trump citing you as saying that there's likely an indictment coming on the basis of the FBI's work, and Donald Trump suggesting, based on innuendo, that the FBI is leaking this to become involved with politics and aiming at an indictment of Hillary Clinton. Is that right?
Well, first of all, on the likely indictment thing, that was an inartful way to answer a question at 7 o'clock. Which I was asked about where it was going from here. The real situation is obviously these investigators are building a case. They are gathering evidence, and as investigators do, they feel strongly about the evidence that they have. But they still have to present it to a prosecutor, and then that prosecutor has to go in front of the grand jury, and that's the process. If not a DOJ prosecutor, then possibly a special prosecutor that could